In today's energy markets, I want to focus on WTI, kind of going back to the well here, so to speak, because WTI has been a very volatile mover this week. Those futures have been all over the board. So I want to kind of stay with WTI as we close out the week. We did see WTI today finally find what appears to be a temporary bottom. The futures closed up on the day right around the 52.70 levels. So after 8 consecutive days down, we finally saw a little bit of a bounce today. So again, it appears at this point that maybe 52 might be a short-term bottom for WTI, where it was able to close above there today and find some stability. A couple of things I want to focus on are, number one, the production. We continue to see U.S. production ramping up. Even though the rig counts are declining, we've basically got U.S. production at all-time highs, right around that 12.5 million barrel per day mark. So we continue to see this production picking up in the U.S., the production coming back online overseas as well, and the demand story is still in question. So that's part of the reason why I think we saw this significant sell-off in WTI throughout the week. Couple that with the fact that some of the trends in the marketplace as well are shifting, and when you see the economic trends this week, there were some disappointing numbers early in the week. The unemployment report kind of stems some of the concerns, at least for the short term. So we saw the equity markets rally today, and maybe that's why we saw the energy markets catch a bid as well. But overall, those themes are still in question, and I think that's going to keep the energy space somewhat in check. Second of all, talking about exportation, let's look at the U.S. exports. They continue to pick up. We're seeing them pick up year over year. And when you look at some of the driving factors here, exports to India increased dramatically in the last year. Exports to South Korea increased dramatically. The only area where we're seeing a decline in exports from the U.S. right now is to China. We're seeing about a 60% decline year over year in those exports. So if we can see some type of resolution or potential resolution between the U.S. and China, maybe that trend will shift, and maybe that will help support the WTI space moving forward. But as of now, we continue to see the U.S. producing more, exporting more, and with those themes in the market and the fact that we're pushing down now, to these lower levels where we look at that 50, 60 level, those lows in August, as probably a longer term support. There's no question that when you look at the trends in the market right now, even though we saw a little bit of a bid today, the general direction still appears to be lower to a retest of that 50 half level.